Hey, what's going on, guys? So here it isn't. There's no buffalo to show you here. I did save a picture of it and I blew it up for the thumbnail, but this is the empty flip. This is what it was in originally. So I bought two gold buffaloes a few months back, and they were both investment pieces. They were the gold that I wanted to flip, basically. So I opened a line of a business account, and I got the sign-on bonus for that, and I sat on gold. I knew gold was going to go up. I had a strong feeling, I should say. No one really knows what's going to happen, but there's a high probability that precious metals are going to go up, right? And I was correct, just like a lot of people thought. So gold is actually back down. So what I ended up doing was I sold the first one a while back. This second one I recently sold locally. I drove out and met a guy who was interested in it and had cash, and cash is king sometimes. I mean, it's kind of strange because, you know, when you're a stacker, you don't believe in the US dollar, you believe in gold and silver and, you know, the precious metals. But, you know, it's hard for society to accept that at the moment. So when you go to the grocery store, no one wants your gold coins, right? You still need the cash. So they're kind of interchangeable currently. So even though I, you know, feel like actual gold is real money and the paper stuff in our wallets is fake, we still need the fake stuff to live in society, right? So anyway, that's the gold buffalo. It is gone now, and as you read from the title probably, I had used that money, not all of it. In fact, most of it went right to the bill that I created buying the gold, but a little chunk did go towards USGO. And part of this video, besides me telling the story, is to talk about this stock, which I just invested in. And I'm actually really excited about it. So before we get into it, let me kind of give you the backstory here. I love gold, I love silver, I love stacking. And I took kind of a break from stacking for a little while now because it's just expensive. Prices have been up. It's really hard for me to buy, you know, silver and gold when the prices are high, you know, how they've been. It's always good to stack. I mean, you know, even though I'm not currently doing it, it sounds kind of strange, but I would still recommend consistently stacking. If you have the availability and the funds to do so, you should be buying every week, every month, and, you know, your dollar cost average. So you buy it when it's expensive, but you're also buying it when it's cheap. I kind of play the field a little bit more. I kind of wait and try to predict when it's cheaper, but also it's just life timing. You know, right now is not a good financial time for me to be purchasing, you know, silver and gold and stuff. When I do buy it, and I will be buying it again in the future, I like to, you know, get it when I can comfortably do so. But when I can't actually invest, even in like I love to go out and, or I would have loved to just kept that gold buffalo, to be honest, but it's hard for me in my current situation to go just spend $2,000 on a gold coin. It's difficult to even spend $1,100 on like a half ounce coin, or, you know, $500 or $600 on a quarter ounce, or even $200 or $300 on a 10th ounce, which, by the way, I will show you my 10th ounce collection in a future video, because I do have another goal that I want to talk about a little bit there, a gold goal. But, you know, when I can't spend big money on precious metals, I buy stocks, because stocks are more affordable to me. I don't buy them, you know, by the thousands, obviously. I'm not a huge investor. I'm just your Joe Schmo middle-class guy, you know, who invests in different stocks. But, you know, Amir Anani did it again. I'm a huge fan of all of his companies, and USGO IPO'd a couple weeks back. If you're not familiar with the term, you know, IPO, or the initial public offering, is basically when just a company goes public and you could buy shares, right? So since then, their stock is up over 50%. So let me pull up their chart here real quick. All right, let me show you this. This is USGO. All right, you can see here's their year-to-date chart. They're currently $14.35. The growth already is pretty amazing. Now, if you are interested in purchasing this stock, I would highly recommend going to the website. I mean, I always, when I'm interested in buying a stock, I print out these presentations. They're at pretty much every site. Every company has an offering. You click on like investment opportunities or investors, whatever that tab may be. Depends on the website. And there's a drop-down menu, and what you're going to do is just cycle through and you know, click on their presentation for the current year. And this is basically their pitch. It's a sales pitch, you know what I'm saying? But it gives you all the details and why, you know, they do what they do and why you might want to be an investor. Now, in this particular case, USGO, which is on the NASDAQ, by the way, It's huge, huge news because they are very close to being qualified to be added to the Russell 2000 index. And if that happens, there's a high probability of their value going up. All right, because then it would be part of a lot of different people's 401k plans. It's just a huge, huge piece of news, especially if this gets pushed and they do get added to the index. Now, even though I've been super into silver stacking for many, many years, gold is somewhat new. It's only been since the pandemic that I really focused on gold. And like I said, when I'm not actually buying physical gold, which is not very often, I do look at different companies and different mining stocks and stuff and gold related stocks. I don't like trading paper gold specifically. I like mines. I like that potential there. This specifically has to do with the Whistler mine in Alaska. And I kind of rekindled my love for gold mining watching literally on Discovery Channel Gold Rush. Now, I've watched all the gold shows, every spin-off of spin-offs of spin-offs, you know, all the different crews, and then they follow them, and then they do their own thing, and then this and that, and Bering Sea Gold, and all these, just every little spider web as it, you know, it started with Gold Rush. It started with Todd Hoffman in Alaska, and it just, over the years, I mean, many, many years now, that show aired, I want to say late 2010, 2011, something like that. You know, so, and then there's, you know, little spin-offs like this person, let's hear their story. And we're, oh, okay, let's follow the, you know, these people or whatever. So, you know, I've watched them all, but I would say about a month ago or so, I restarted watching the original show, the original Gold Rush. I had an opportunity, by the way, to meet Todd Hoffman and the original crew when I went to SHOT Show back in 2014, I think. And they were cool guys. It was awesome just seeing them. It was weird because, you know, you watch these people on TV, just like I met Les Stroud and a few other people, you know, Dave Canterbury. It's just kind of cool. But yeah, it was really exciting back then. It's funny because I was watching the show because it was interesting, but I loved silver. I didn't have that same love and attachment to gold back then. But now I'm, you know, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's a natural transition. A lot of people do get into silver because it's super cheap, but then you kind of fade over to gold. Silver is like the gateway drug to gold. I still love it both. I still love silver as well. Silver stacking for me is hard when prices are high. I think prices are high. I think there's a lot of potential for prices to keep going up. But, you know, predominantly buying at, you know, 17, 18 to $20 an ounce and then seeing it 25, 26, 27, that's kind of rough. And I really feel like, you know, $30 silver is around the corner and possibly more. And same thing with gold. You know, I was hoping at some point, I have a video from a couple years back where I'm like, I'm not going to buy any gold until it drops back down to like $1,100 an ounce. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I really just don't think that's a thing. So I think the push is from here on up. So anyway, getting back to the original point here, I sold that second Buffalo when gold was at just over 2050 spot. Today, gold dropped back down. I mean, obviously there's been, you know, a few days in between my sale and this video. But gold today, I think, was under 2,000. It was like 1994 or something, spot price. So the timing was good. I try to study this stuff. There's no real way to predict anything, but you look at what's plausible and what's possible. I got the gold. I sat on it. I flipped it for a couple bucks. I paid most of the bill off. You know, I have plans to pay the rest of the bill off, and that's it. You know, and the profits went to other bills. You know what I mean? I'm not becoming a millionaire here. I'm just trying to make things happen and pay the bills. But in the meantime, I'm also a stacker, and if I can get a little gold or silver here and there, that's cool. In this case, stocks. That's cool to me too. So USGO, again, has massive potential. I highly recommend, if you are interested in buying some of these stocks and helping push it to make it onto the Russell 2000 index, which would, again, just tremendously grow this. There's so much potential there. Go to the website. Read this entire packet. Don't just take my word for it. Don't just listen to me. Read it, understand it. If you believe in it, invest in it. You know, this is a sponsored video. I like to thank the sponsor. But when I make these videos, I believe I do it myself. My real hard-earned money is in this stuff. You know, it's not a commercial. I'm not just pitching this to you guys. I believe in it. I'm doing it myself. If this loses, I lose money too. But it is important, in my opinion, to give you that disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, you know, I'm not your accountant or anything like that. I'm just a guy, I'm investing in it, I'm telling you about it, it's an opportunity, but you should look at it more as well. And like I said, you should believe in it if you were going to spend your money on it as well. But it's just super, super cool. I mean, all this stuff is super exciting. The Whistler mine, I mean, the numbers are mind-boggling. Again, you can go to the website and check it out. It's just a massive, massive hoard of gold on the ground, the potential for that. And obviously, as gold price goes up, it gets even more exciting because who knows where it's going to go. But it's a gamble, just like everything else. All, you know, especially individual stocks are much more high risk, high reward. So if you're into that, this is something else you should be looking at. That's the whole point here. But again, the progress it's made since its IPO, it's huge, over 58%. That's pretty amazing. And there's just so much potential there. So I'm excited to see where this stock goes in the future. So anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.